So my next question to you
And
is, since we have been
you mentioned
discussing trauma
CBT
all
and
the
things
way,
like that.
what's your
I do
definition of
pull
trauma?
pieces in from
My
CBT,
definition of
DBT,
trauma
and
would
What is
be an
DBT? I don't know
event that has
DBT.
impacted you.
DBT is
Again, that
dialectical
tiny hair,
behavioral
big T
therapy.
trauma
That
that has been trapped
it
inside
also has
your
a foundation of
body.
mindfulness, which is
And
really nice.
impacts
It also
you
talks about
on a continuous
emotional
basis.
Yeah.
well-being.
It's a
Valid
goodness,
event. My brain just went
No,
blank a
you
little bit there, but
That's so true.
you know,
totally
emotional
agree. Like,
reactivity.
I've
I know
had
I'm saying
friends
the
who
wrong
watched
words
the
here,
Twin Tower
but how do
falling
we
in the television
identify
and they got
emotions?
totally
How do we manage
traumatized.
them? We talk
And they
about
were like in
interpersonal
California, they weren't even
effectiveness,
in the
things
New
like
York
that.
area. So
I've had some success with DBT
I
as
woke
well.
up
I'll
and thought
pull
my
in
family
bits and
was
pieces
watching a
from my
movie
clients.
without me.
Yeah.
And when I realized what
I
that
definitely
was,
have my preference,
and
but
when my clients are
going
needing
to
it,
school,
okay,
for
we
that
are going
next
to
week
pull
and
this
month
and
this
that
piece,
was
and it's very
that was so
very
traumatizing
eclectic.
for
Even
so
if I have
many of us,
my
and
preferred
seeing the
things,
changes.
I mean,
You've
we watch
gotta
Home
pull
Alone
it.
now,
It's
and
not
you
one
could
shoe
not get
fits
rid
all.
of
We gotta
any
pull
of
from
that
these
or
different pieces
get
for
away
our
with
clients.
any of that
we have to be flexible because whatever
in an
works.
airport
Like for me, I
nowadays,
find like a combination of neuro-linguistic programming, which is focuses more on like right now I have subconscious mind rather than the conscious. Israel and combining it with a little bit of hypnotherapy and meditation. That pregnant lady, sometimes that works. Mentioned like they and when you boom out kind of thing and did all those horrible things, and they're suffering here. They are not there. Hypnotherapy class. They haven't even. But they were trying to make me get rid of my fear of cockroaches. They're totally traumatized. It was I mean, it took 1 hour for them to do that for me because I was so scared of them. But they made it in the end so funny, like a cockroach flying an aeroplane, laughing hysterically with a big mustache.
diagnostically,
now I'm not afraid anymore. Like if I see a cockroach,
PTSD,
of course I will get rid of it, but I won't like get scared and run to the other room or shout or something like that. But it reminded me. Yeah, I think when we go through all the trainings, we have to get rid of our own phobias or traumas or whatever else we have. Right? For me, it was cockroach. Like for you, it was the spider.
So
right?
much was taken
so
away
any
from
of
us.
those. And I'm not afraid of the big things like lions and stuff. I'm more afraid of those little insects, right?
Family members.
I was convinced the little jumping spiders were going to eat me. Now this is where
uncertainty, like because people didn't know when it's going to end or if there was a cure or not
So
a cure.
logically, I knew that little itty bitty spider was not going to eat me. I knew it was too tiny, but man, it's still going on. It might not be the bigger scale that it was a few years ago, but it was going to eat me. This little cute little jumping spider
are continuing to traumatize
it's a man-eating machine.
And we need more mental wellness, right?
Release.
So how would you say
that
what role
so
mental
powerful.
wellness plays in how people
oh my
handle
gosh, being able to
traumatic
breathe
events in their life?
when I was able to, get the support to get rid of
My
that
mental
black
wellness
widow.
place of how
And I mean,
this was a
how,
few months
what
ago.
role
When I was able
mental
to do
wellness
that,
plays
I
in how
felt
people
so
handle
good. I was
traumatic
like,
events in life, right? For example,
hey,
I would
I
say I've
had
been
my
through
hand
much
in
worse
this
than
web. Realized what was
most of
going
the
on,
things you will
pulled
hear about,
out,
including
saw the
someone who
spider
tried to
scream,
kill me 3
natural
times, but I don't have
response.
PTSD or anything. But I guess
And then was able to get someone to help me handle it.
think it's
Like,
only
wow.
because I went through the holistic means and tried to heal
and knowing
totally
that
before I got into anything else and didn't let the same trauma
That's
repeat
what
again, like getting
I
into a
hope for
similar
my
kind of
clients. I hope,
relationship or things like that.
especially, my
It
first
stacks one on
responders
top of the
and
other, right?
military
So I would say, like, so
personnel,
in your opinion,
you're
if you
everyone
say
else's
like
champion
what
here.
role
You're
mental
trying your
wellness
hardest
plays
to,
in
do
how
a
people
job
handle their
that
trauma. Like even like for example the
I know
COVID or the
I
war
couldn't
or
do.
like some people
I couldn't do it.
it didn't affect and them at also, all, like, even they though have it to was do it closed. every They day, just not went to just walk in the
one
local
day a
area.
year.
Like I have a friend in
They're
San
dealing with
Francisco. She
trauma
said,
and
I didn't
other
stay home a
things which
single
might
day.
infect-
I just
impact their own
went
mental
out and
wellness
walked
every
around,
day.
right? Of course, I could
on
not
that
drive or
level.
go someplace that kind or visit
and
people, but I did that, and I went to the store,
You know, I
got my
think,
stuff to made some food at home,
my
and watched some
husband's
nice
friend,
comedy
he
movies. So
went
for
to
her, like
multiple
it
therapists
was like
before he
okay,
found, I think, a
it didn't impact her
retired
much at
police
all.
officer.
For
who
example,
said,
whereas for other people, like some
"You
people,
have
they didn't even
trauma."
open their windows, afraid they will get some
And they
infection, and
helped him
they were the
through
most
it,
traumatized
and-
people.
He felt empowered. I don't know
Wow.
if he did EMDR or anything, but I know he felt empowered afterwards.
That's what
And
matters,
mental wellness
right?
definitely
Like,
has
people get back their own power
such
back,
a
and they can
serious
be
impact on
happy
how we
and
manage our
successful.
trauma.
And I also too want to say that we can be very mentally well, very present, very grounded in ourselves, and we can still be absolutely traumatized. You know, with mental wellness, there's a mind-body connection, and I'm eating well, I'm exercising, I'm socializing, I'm going out to the beach, I'm doing all of these different things. COVID took a lot of that away from a lot of people.
Yes.
And so within that, a lot of people did have no access to these things that helped with their wellness. And being able to ground ourselves and recognize where we are in the moment.
Yeah.
And being able to identify a memory is just that, a memory. An emotion is just that, an emotion.
Yes.
A physical sensation is just that, physical sensation. It's not meant to invalidate by saying this. We're just saying like that's what it is.
Yes.
That wellness allows us to seek help. That wellness allows us to reach out. There's a really, really amazing, and I don't know where it came from, but when it started, but there's a group that meets via video games, and it's a group therapy, and they play like Stardew Valley and things like that together. And I like to think that those things were created by those who had that wellness and were like, we need to reach out, we need to connect.
Yes. Connection is very important for human beings, like support system. In whatever way, whether they meet in person or they meet online, at least have some kind of connection.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And also I would say like, if the mental wellness comes from within, then people can always have it. If they focus inwards, because even if everything else is closed, you have your own self.
I know
But it's very difficult. Yeah, but it's very, very difficult. But I think that's one way to think of it. If something like COVID happens, where people are isolated from any other people in their lives or other things in their life, at least not get that level of trauma, if possible, I would say. But of course, it's easier said than done.